It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join Paul David and Kyle Benedict as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics that affect all our lives in Yavapai County. And now here's today's Countywide.
Welcome to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict. Today we are talking about libraries, and specifically the Sedona Public Library. And today in studio we have the Director of Development, Jennifer Perry, in from Sedona. Thanks for coming in, Jennifer.
Thanks for having me.
So now, Director of Development, what exactly does that mean? What do you do over there for the library?
My job for the library is to help raise money for the library and marketing, to help raise awareness about the services that are available to the community.
Now, how long have you been over there in Sedona?
I've been with the library for 2.5 years.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, library card sign-up, National Library Card Sign-up Day is next, next month.
Yeah, the month of September is National Library Card Sign-up Month.
Okay.
And so if you don't have a library card, come on down. And if you don't know where your library card is, you can come and get a new one. So we're just hoping people will dust off their library card and see all the great services we have available.
Great. Well, kind of with those services, you know, technology is kind of ruling all of our lives now. We have access to electronic devices 24 hours a day, you know, all the time in our pockets with our phones, our tablets. People are reading books on specific tablets and getting these ebooks. So we're going to cover some of the services that the library has and how they're keeping up with kind of the changing technological world, I guess, here. So first off, you guys are part of the Yavapai Library Network. Can you explain that network and how it kind of works?
Sure. The Yavapai Library Network is an amazing resource for all of the members of Northern Arizona. Anybody who lives in Northern Arizona, specifically in Yavapai County, can get access to the services and the resources of 42 different libraries from Prescott all the way through the Verde Valley. So we have libraries that are universities, public school libraries, community libraries. So that gives our residents access to over 2 million items.
Wow. So if you guys don't have something and say the library in Prescott does, will you guys be able to send it over? Absolutely.
And everybody can access that from your smartphone, from the internet. You just go on to Sedona Public Library or your local library's network website and search the catalog, and it will show you what's available in all of the different libraries. And if you want the item, you just say put a hold on it, and it will ask you where they would like that delivered, and it typically arrives in about 2 days. You get an email that says your book or your DVD or your cassette has arrived at your library. Come on down and pick it up.
Great. And like you mentioned, you can go online and do that. Sedona's Public Library's website is sedonalibrary.org. So that's the Yavapai Library Network. Now back to kind of National Library Card Sign-up Month, which again is September. How does someone sign up for a library card?
It's very simple. You simply go to your local branch, whether you're in Cottonwood, Prescott, Sedona, and you show a proof of residency, so you can bring your driver's license, just something that shows that you live here, and they will sign you up with a library card. But we do also have library cards available to visitors. We have a lot of people, you know, who are just coming through the area and want to...
Especially in Sedona, I imagine.
Yeah, so we have an opportunity for visitors. It's a $50 deposit. Come on in and you can print your boarding pass. You can search for the local trails you want to go to. But a library card's real simple. And if you don't know where yours is, sometimes they've gotten lost over the years. Come on down, we'll get you a new one.
Now, is it free?
Yes, your library card's completely free.
And again, as you mentioned, it kind of gives you access to all of them throughout Yavapai County?
Exactly.
Okay, great. So now, in addition, specifically at the Sedona Library, what does kind of your library card give you access to?
Wow, well, that's kind of a big question. I'm continually amazed. Every day there are more and more things that I learn as a staff member that you can use with your library card. But in addition to traditional books, magazines, newspapers, we have ebooks. You can download ebooks right onto your e-reader. You don't even have to come into the library. We have a huge DVD collection. I was surprised at that. that, as I've been paying all these overdue fees with my kids. But you can check out 5 different DVDs for 5 nights, and we have popular TV series like Orange is the New Black and Downton Abbey.
So it's not just classic, these older movies that you kind of forget about.
Exactly. We are bringing in, I believe it's 300 items a month into the collection of books, DVDs, and periodicals.
Well, I was actually we were looking to get a movie a couple weeks ago, and you used to be able to go into Blockbuster, say, and have this collection of thousands of movies, old and new. Now, a lot of people subscribe to Netflix, where it's kind of limited on what you can get. You have certain other streaming websites and Redbox, but there's really not a place other than the library, I guess, now, to where you can go and have this collection of DVDs and stuff to kind of pick and choose from.
Yeah, we have a huge DVD collection. We have, fiction, we have nonfiction, we have a large Spanish collection as well. And what I just learned recently as well are some of these electronic books that I used to always think of books on tape, but they have things called playaways now, which is basically a self-contained MP3. So you can just plug this little thing into your aux cord in your car and listen to a book on tape, or plug your headset in while you're walking or running. So it's really come a long way.
Yeah, so now if you had to compare, say, obviously a lot of the services that are available now are different, but comparing the library, say, 10 years ago to how it is today, where do you kind of see libraries heading in the future? Because, as we mentioned, it's everyone has access to electronics, and it's only changing, constantly evolving. You can read a book online. You can basically go, and where you used to go to the library to search for something on the internet, now you just pull out your phone and you have the answer right there for you. So where do you see libraries going in the future?
Well, that's a really good question. And we work continually, every day, every month, to listen to the community and what are the needs of the people within our community and how can we serve them better. And what the community's been telling us is that they need access to technology, and they need education on technology. It's changing daily, and it's really hard for people to keep up. So we help people set up their email accounts. We help people at Sedona Wins. We go out into the community and teach retired people how to use the e-reader, the Kindle that they got from their grandchildren for Christmas. And we also have technology available for all aspects of the community to use. So we have iPads with reading programs available for preschoolers, because some people might not be able to afford technology. We lend e-readers out. We have computers and things available in the library for people to use, because we want to make sure that when all the kids enter school, they all have the same advantage, and they've been exposed to technology. So technology is playing an important role, but also for the future of libraries is the community space. Technology can be very isolating, and at the end of the day, we're seeing that our meeting spaces and our community rooms are getting booked up because we have so many people coming in for classes and presentations and things where they can come together as community.
Wow, great. Well, talking about those services and the programs and classes, we'll touch on some of those after we take our first break here. But we have Director of Development over at Sedona Public Library, Jennifer Perry, in today. A good phone number for the library over there in Sedona is 928-282-7714. Website again, sedonalibrary.org. A ton of great information on there. So that's Jennifer Perry. We'll come back talking about the Sedona Public Library in just a few minutes.
Orkin has pest control down to a science.
When your business chooses Orkin's Precision Protection Program, you get a tailored pest control program for your specific industry and environment.
Your business can benefit from over a century of experience, training, and scientific knowledge that define the Orkin man.
Maximum protection, minimum exposure, backed by one of the industry's most comprehensive guarantees.
Choose your locally owned and operated Northern Arizona Orkin and get more than an exterminator. Get an expert.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Welcome back to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict, joined in studio with Jennifer Perry, the Director of Development over at the Sedona Public Library. And we're kind of talking about September is National Library Card Sign-Up Month, and we're also just kind of covering how libraries are changing throughout the years and kind of keeping up with the new era. So we mentioned before the break about the Yavapai Library Network. Kind of covers all the different libraries throughout Yavapai County. Now, does each library have offer the same services, or are they different throughout? How does that work?
Each library really tries to cater to the needs of their community, so the programs will be different in each library. But the good news is, with your library card, you can go to any of the libraries within Yavapai County. So you can go on the website, and if you see there's a cool cooking demonstration coming up in Prescott Valley, just head on over. Same thing, they do a lot of computer classes in Camp Verde. They do a lot of iPhone things. We'll have some workshops in our location, but it gives you a little more flexibility too in terms of scheduling.
Okay. I'm sitting here looking at this sheet in front of me with a list of services that you guys offer, and it's amazing. I mean, right here, tutoring. You guys offer tutoring? Now, how does that work?
Yeah, we have a program called Yum Book Bites, and so it's an after-school tutoring program, and we learned through our relationships with the schools that there's a number of kids who are at risk of the Move On When Reading mandate, that if they're not up to reading level by the end of 3rd grade, they can't move on. So we work with the schools and with a team of volunteer tutors to help with free after-school tutoring. So if people can't make it to the tutoring program available at their local school, we'll work with them and they can come on over to the library and we'll give them a little boost.
Great. And then you also have a number of classes. What are some of those classes?
Yeah, we have a variety of classes. We have digital literacy classes, which we basically are technology classes, and we teach people how to use the computers, tablets, their iPhones, email. We offer English language classes. We have 3 different levels of those. We have guitar lessons at the library. We have a knitting club. We have a huge variety, and if there's something that we don't have that you're interested in doing, just come on in and talk with us, because a lot of times we can add it if we know there's an interest.
Great. I mean, you offer so much more than just walking in and seeing just shelves and shelves of books. One of those things is art exhibit, which you were telling me about before the show, which I had no clue you guys did. You just recently had an art exhibit, right, or a museum, right?
Yes, we just had the Slide Fire exhibit, and it was the 1-year anniversary of the Slide Fire. And if you haven't been in the Sedona Public Library, the architecture is just really spellbinding, and it's perfect backdrop for many of these exhibits. So we had the Slide Fire exhibit. We have a quilt show every January where the quilts are hung from the ceiling. We have the Watercolor Society, a wildflower exhibit in the spring. So every time you come in, there's usually something different to get your attention.
So now, where do the ideas for these exhibits come up?
It's really our partnerships within the community. Okay. So we work with lots of nonprofits and clubs and organizations and just help them to display what it is they're doing as a community center.
Talking about all these different programs, right here, one of the statistics, 1,000 programs offered per year. That's really amazing. I mean, for people who maybe haven't heard, they hear this National Library Card Sign-Up Month, they're like, oh my God, when was the last time I broke out my library card? I don't need to get a book anymore, it's all online. But 1,000 programs offered per year. I mean, it's amazing, all the stuff you guys are offering. And then 200,000 visitors per year at the Sedona Public Library. And you said a lot of those are visitors, right? Yeah,
a lot of our visitors, and we have a lot of regulars. People just come in every day or a certain time each week. And the programs, I mean, in addition to regular classes and clubs, we offer free tax services through AARP. You can come out in the spring and they will help you file your taxes. We do free health screenings for people as a partnership with Verde Valley Medical Center. You can find out, if you're at risk of diabetes or high cholesterol. So
wow, I mean, it's tough to cover all of this in the amount of time we have here for the show, but again, SedonaLibrary.org is a great website to go navigate through, and they have just all of this information and more on there. Again, the phone number is 928-282-7714 for more information. And you guys just recently national recognition as a star library.
Yeah, we were really surprised. We were looking through the American Library Journal, and the star libraries were being announced, and lo and behold, Sedona Public Library was listed.
Yeah, no clue.
We had no idea. We submit statistics every year, and it really is a testament to how much the community is using the library and what an impact we're making on a per capita basis.
Okay.
So basically, we are rated on the number of items that we checked out of the library, the number of people who attended our programs, the number of hours of free computer use, and just the number of visitors that were coming in and out. So based on our population, we are nationally ranked for the impact we're making.
Wow. So do you guys have anything special going on for in September with it being National Library Card Sign-Up Month?
We are launching a Love Your Library campaign, and on every Sunday for the month of September, we will be having coffee, coloring, and community at Java Love from 10 to 12 Sunday morning. So come on out. There's a new craze now. It's called adult coloring books.
Adult coloring books.
Yes, and they're very innate, sort of detailed drawings, and a lot of people are doing this to relax. So we're bringing out some books and buttons, and we're going to color bookmarks and have coffee on Sunday mornings at Java Love. So.
Sunday morning coffee, can't beat it, right? You're probably going to be doing it anyways.
Exactly. So come on out and support the library.
Great. Okay, well, we're going to take our second break. Again, a good website, SedonaLibrary.org, explains all of this that we're covering and more that we aren't going to be able to get to. But it is also, the Sedona Public Library is a 501c3. So when we come back after this break, we'll let you know how you can kind of support the library over there just here in a few minutes.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to Countywide. I'm Kyle Benedict with Jennifer Perry, Director of Development for the Sedona Public Library. Now, again, with next month being National Library Card Sign-Up Month, again, how can people obtain a library card?
You can just go down to your local library, your branch, whether it's anywhere within the county. We do have a service center in the village of Oak Creek, which is also very convenient if you didn't want to go up to West Sedona. Just bring your driver's license or your proof of residency, and you'll be all set. I know there's a lot of information and a lot of things going on at the library, and it's kind of hard to keep track of. If you do update your library card with your current email address at the library, you can receive our monthly newsletter, and that's a great way to stay abreast of what's happening.
Okay, so your library card doesn't expire, right?
No,
it's just
it never expires.
Keep it updated and with your information. Okay, great. Now, as we mentioned before we went into break, Sedona Public Library is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So how can the community support you guys?
Yeah, there's only about 10% of libraries in the country that are private nonprofits. So you can make donations directly at sedonalibrary.org. We do receive funding from the city and the county to help with basic services, but many of the programs and the additional collection that we're able to offer is thanks to the support of private donors. So your donations are tax deductible. We also have volunteers who help in the library. We have over 17,000 hours of volunteer service a year. So it's a great way to get involved in your community and give back. So if you're interested in that, just give us a call and we can get an application. We also are always looking for local businesses who may want to help run a fundraiser for the library, whether it's a coupon program or a special event. You can give me a call and I'd be happy to work with you to brainstorm. We can drive some business to your company while supporting a great organization.
Great. Now, can people, if say you have a collection of all these old books that you've read 3 or 4 times, can they donate books to the library?
Absolutely. We have a donation bin right at the circulation desk. We welcome donations of books, and we use those in a variety of ways. We have a team of volunteers who goes through those books and identifies whether we need them for the collection, the quality of the books. Some books are sold on Amazon. We also have an ongoing book sale at the library. And then if it's something that we can't use, we do have a shelf of free books for the community.
Okay, great. Now, again, with the library card, how many items are you allowed to check out at one time?
I don't
DVDs,
know. DVDs, I believe it's 5. And on most items, there really isn't a limit. We just limit items that are new to the collection or popular items. So if it's still on the New York Times bestseller list, you will be limited. I believe it's 3. All the details are on the website.
Okay, great. Again, that website is sedonalibrary.org. Again, the phone number for more information about volunteering or holding a fundraiser for your business, 928-282-7714. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Again, September is National Library Card Sign-Up Month, so dust off those library cards and get on into the library. Thank you so much again for being here. That's going to do it for our program today. I'm Kyle Benedict, and this is Countywide.